Big guy here. I'm going to talk about a touchy subject today. What happens when you think it don't work? Talking about erectile dysfunction. Alright, there are two parts to it. Number one, if you can't get your hard on around a girl, that's fixable, that's good. That means everything still works. And these are issues you can work on. If by yourself and you don't get a hard on, you don't get erect, you don't get morning wood, like you can remember the last time you think you worked, buddy, that's a big issue. You need to go see a doctor. Hands down, go see a doctor. If you're by yourself and you can't get erect, go see a doctor. That's a huge medical problem. Nothing I tell you is going to fix that. You need professional help. Alright, so there are many reasons why, as a guy, if you're with a girl, you can't rise to the occasion, so to speak. First, about the physical reasons. First one, you could just be tired, man. Now I know in high school, like when we were younger, we get hard for no reason, like just sit in the middle of the classroom and teacher's up there doing math, and next thing you know, just bam, just rock hard. Like, what the Hades, man? Why? What? So, as a teenager, that's never really a problem. Early 20s, not a big deal. But as you get older, I mean, your body starts, doing different things, and you could just be tired, man. I mean, let's say you worked all week, Monday through Friday. You have a physical job, construction worker, mechanic, I don't know. Just any type of physical job. You worked all week, Monday through Friday. Friday rolls around. Of course, your woman wants to go out on Friday night, right? She's had her little easy office job, so she's ready to go out and let loose. So you'll go out Friday night, and midnight rolls around, and she ain't done yet. She still wants to keep drinking and partying. So 3 a.m. rolls around. You finally get home, and she's ready. She's in the mood, sloppy drunk, ready to do the deed. And next thing you know, your junk ain't working. Probably because you're tired. It's freaking 3 a.m. Been working all week. I mean, if you're physically exhausted, you're going to have a hard time getting hard on. Just saying. Of course, being in shape helps. The better in shape you are, the less physically exhausted your body will get like that. So, another reason I recommend working out. But just keep in mind, there might not be nothing wrong with you. You could just be exhausted. Go to sleep, wake up, do it in the morning. Better yet, to avoid that situation again in the future, get your woman home by midnight or 11. So you're not as exhausted. So that's first thing to look out for. Next thing, if you are physically stressed out, if you're stressed out over bills, over women, over whatever you're stressed out about, whatever's causing your blood pressure to rise, that's another thing too. If you have high blood pressure, it's going to work out. They kind of go hand in hand. But if you're stressed out, it's going to be hard for your little Johnny to rise to the occasion. So you got to be careful about that. If you're stressed out, you got to find a way to relieve the stress. You got to relax. And again, working out helps alleviate stress. So keep working out. Also helps lower blood pressure. Too bad things don't work out. Also, if you're out of shape, oh man, I've been there before. I weighed like 360 pounds at one point in my life. I'm down to 300 now, but still, like, let me tell you, when you're trying to do the deed, and as a guy, I don't spend much time on my knees, so here I am in knees, which would be on my knees considered an awkward position, the woman, and that's a lot of weight on my legs, supporting, some of her body weight and all of my body weight on my knees, and my body weight's freaking 360 pounds, and my body gets tired and wore out, so yeah, sometimes, until I got in better shape, I had some issues lasting. So if you're out of shape, I mean, you might want to get in shape, because that'll have a big deal to do with it. And another one, this is kind of funny. If you freaking stuff yourself, if you go to a buffet or you go to some nice restaurant and you eat some huge fancy meal where you are miserably full, it's going to be hard for your thinking to work. Reason being, your body's sending a lot of blood to your stomach to digest that food, and they're going to try to divert it elsewhere. So if you eat a big meal, you may as well, pack it in until the morning. So those are the pretty much physical aspects of it. Now let's look at the mental. Another big thing, performance anxiety. Women don't really understand the pressure a man has on him when he has to perform, especially for the first time, right? I mean, it's such a big deal now, especially with social media where everything's interconnected. Like, if on a guy's mind, if word gets out that he doesn't satisfy you the way you want, you're gonna tell your girlfriend. It's gonna be bad for him, right? Not to mention if he really likes you, he really has to put it on you, and he don't know what previous guys you've been with, and that puts a lot of pressure on a guy. So, hey, I gotta get on my cat trying to knock stuff over. So, if you have that type of anxiety, you just gotta relax. It'll come. I mean, you might be trying to have intercourse too quickly with a woman. Of course, I always recommend try to sleep on the first date, but that's not always the best case. I mean, sometimes it's best to actually get to know a woman so you're more comfortable with her, so you can perform to the best of your abilities. Because that performance anxiety, that could be a pain in the rear. That could be kind of sucky. I've been there. I'm sure the guys have been there. It's just, you got to relax a minute. Don't try to rush things. Just calm down. It'll come back up. Trust me. Just calm down, relax. It'll work in a minute. Another thing, if you have ADD, you can get distracted pretty easily. Some people talk about, making love with music blasting wide open. Man, sometimes that distracts me. I'll get more into the song than a woman and forget about what I'm doing. So if your mind's not, in it and your mind's elsewhere, don't expect to stay fully erect. Then if that happens, just, get rid of the distractors in your environment, turn the music off, turn the TV off. You gotta be focused on her in the moment. Another thing, this one's kind of weird. I don't say so much weird, just not expected. You might not be turned on. It's kind of this unstated belief that every man's supposed to get turned on instantly by any woman, right? You look in the media and they're all talking about big women are beautiful and all this other stuff, and every woman's, if you look at a woman's social media, she'd be the ugliest creature out there, and she's going to post this ugly selfie, and there's going to be 20 women up on her, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so gorgeous, and it's this kind of unwritten rule that every man's supposed to be turned on instantly by the thought of getting any piece of meat they can. Like, no, we have standards, like certain things turn us on, especially the older we get. Like, when we're young, maybe that is the case. Maybe a girl just brushes up against us and we get turned on. But as we get older, we have certain requirements of a woman in order for us to be attracted to her. They can change from one woman. They can change it instantly. But it is there. So if you find yourself with a woman and you're just constantly, not rising to the occasion, she might not be your type. She might be turning you off and you just don't realize it or kind of too scared to admit it. So that's kind of something you got to look out for. Another thing, if you watch too much porn, that can kind of go with the previous one, because if you watch too much porn, your mind's automatically, you're turned on by being visually stimulated, and most women do not live up to porn fantasies. They don't. Like, they're not going to be as attractive. They're not going to, act a certain way, sound a certain way, and you're kind of setting unrealistic expectations on her, and that could cause you not to perform. So if that's the case, you got to cut back on porn anyways. Porn's bad for you. Like, occasionally it's fine, but if you're watching it, I'd say more than once a week, that's kind of excessive, honestly. And it will cause performance issues. And finally, although not directly related, you don't have to have testosterone to get a hard on. Testosterone is a huge factor behind creating that desire to want to go out and bed a woman. So if you find yourself lacking that desire to take a woman's clothes off to get her in a sack, you might want to get your testosterone levels checked. Now, they have testosterone replacement therapy for it. And good news about it, it works. It's almost like an instant fix. Like, you get your shot, and pretty quickly, pretty soon, you're feeling better. That desire's there. Like, you're feeling youthful. It works. The bad news, what I really don't like about it. Like, if your testosterone levels are low, it's better to adjust your lifestyle to correct that. I'm not gonna make a video on it, but long story short, you got to eat healthier, get better sleep, working out. And if you get on testosterone replacement therapy, yes, it will boost your levels. Yes, you will feel better. Yes, you will get the effects of it. But the problem with it is if you stay on it for a long time, your body is going to slowly start turning off your balls and stop producing its own testosterone. So as time goes by, your dose is going to get higher and higher and higher and higher. Well, big guy, what's the problem? As long as you're feeling good, right? I mean, if you're okay with lifetime medicine, that's your choice. I'm not. I think medicine should only be used for short term. In this case, I think if you go the route of testosterone replacement therapy, you should use it as a quick fix to feel better immediately so you can adjust your lifestyle to where you can start naturally producing your own testosterone and weaning yourself off of this stuff. I say 2-3 years max. Because otherwise, you're going to be addicted to it for life. And if you have a really high dose of it, once you get off of it, you're going to feel miserable. And if you get any type of prostate cancer, the testosterone is going to cause it to spread like wildfire, and you're going to be doubly miserable. But I'll make another video on that because that's a pretty big subject in itself. But if you find yourself lacking the desire, get your testosterone levels checked or go start working out, start eating some healthier food, get in better shape. Pretty much most of the problems come from lack of working out. I mean, if you think about it, it's pretty much all these issues can be fixed if you have healthy blood flow, healthy blood circulation, you're at a healthy weight, you have a good confidence level, and so I guess the bottom line is you better start working out. But if you're suffering these issues, know that most of them can be corrected. Maybe not so much immediately, but they can. Doctors do have a fun little pill that can help you out, man. People might give you some hell for it or shame you for it, but at the end of the day, if you can rock her world, it's kind of worth it, right? Anyways, that's my little rant on if you're having some problems with your guy not rising up to the occasion all the time. There are solutions out there for it, and don't be so prideful and arrogant that you don't want to get it checked out before it's too late, because that can ruin a relationship. That's a pretty big deal for women. That women kind of take that stuff personally. So if you're having some problems with that, buddy, there are ways around it. Anyways, big guy out.